back to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering Day 2, Stage 2 of the 2021 two-gun Luau. And yes, you just watched a man with a grenade launcher at a shotgun match again. So in this stage, we're right back to if Magnum had a Cadillac. Now, we all know he'd have a Ferrari, but for purposes of blasting away, he had a Cadillac for this thing. Just go with it, trust me on this. So you started out in the seated position, your hands at 10 and 12, or 10 and 2, and you drew your pistol at the go signal, engaged all your paper targets, which were IPSC style targets. A few of them were what they call tuxedos, where you had hardcover on both sides and you basically had the middle section open for hits. Once you did that, you went to the trunk. After ditching your handgun, you went to the trunk, retrieved your shotgun, went up to the firing line, and you had a Texas Star with 2 sets of steel on either side. You had to take those down. Then you went to a VTAC barricade, and you had a set of knockdown steel squares about yay big. And then you engaged those through the ports, and you just went through the cycle of 1 shot per port, or 1 hit per port. If you missed, you could use the same port over again. Once you did all that, the stage was over. Let's take a look and see how it went.
Shooter, are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
V3. Yeah. That's like the baby brother of the Versa Max. You know what? Don't do it yet. 2-day shootout. With no shotgun. Oh man! Mostly anything else.
Are you finished?
Finished.
Unloading.
Alright, that was a pretty fun run. This one, I went for training value. You notice that's why I kept the door not only closed but latched. You had the option, it could be latched or just closed. I closed and latched the whole way and chose to make all my engagements through the window. A lot of other competitors kicked the door open for more latitude and they swung out to the side, making sure their feet didn't touch the ground. But I went for training value, just stayed in the driver's position, drew my pistol, and fired out the window. Kind of an awkward position, but it worked out. I got hits. Once I exited the vehicle, as required, ditched my handgun and went to the trunk, retrieved my shotgun, moved up to the firing line. Engaged the steel targets, and because you have 4 static and 5 moving on the Texas Star, that was more targets than my shotgun held shells, and I just cycled through, and then when my tube went empty, just went to manual loading one at a time. You know, load 1, engage 1, load 1, engage 1. In retrospect, I wish I'd have done that a little different. When my tube went dry, I wish I had gone and just filled it all the way up for the following reasons. 1, 5 of the targets you had to hit were on a Texas Star, and I went with a strategy: engage 1 on the Star and then engage a static. That way the Star had time to stop spinning and slow down. If I'd have taken the time to fill the tube, Star would have probably almost come to a dead halt, and I would have had that advantage. Oh well, live and learn. Once you cleared that array, you moved over to the VTAC barricade, and you started engaging the little squares, which are about yay big, through each port. that went pretty well, because I realized when I got there with my pistol shots, I got a shoot through on one of the cardboard targets and actually had taken out one of the shotgun steel. So went in there with only 7 that I had to knock down versus 8. Yay me. Went through that, went fairly well, and that one I did chose before I start to just fill the tube, because I saw that I would have the advantage by doing that there instead of load, fire, load, fire, load, fire. Anyways, it was a good stage. I like this one. There was a lot of practicality to it. No, I don't normally drive around carrying a Glock 22 and an M12 holster on a military web belt, but it was some practice, because if you're going to have to use your concealed carry weapon, most likely a car probably will be involved in these days. So that was nice, good training firing from a vehicle. I really like that. We hope you're enjoying this coverage of the Two-Gun Luau of 2021. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in tomorrow for Stage 3.